So you wrote the book, Other Lives, Other Realms, Journeys of Transformation. What was the main inspiration and intention of writing your book?
The intention with writing that book and the other books that I've written is the same. I have the privilege of listening to people going through these lives, these past lives, and putting themselves back together again. And I was very skeptical. And as I've progressed, I've lost that now. And I understand a lot more of how everything works. And so I have this call, I feel a call to share what I've learnt with others to help them to understand how things work. So that's the reason that I'm writing.
What was that moment that you knew the calling to become a past life regressionist?
The moment was probably during a regression, the first one I did, or soon after. It was just a feeling that, maybe I should be doing this work. Now, already I was a psychologist and I was already having people going into past lives, right, during my sessions, which you're not supposed to do in this country. You're supposed to be very, sort of clinical and counselling. So I already had that happening. And then I went for my first life between lives regression. Well, you do a past life regression, then you do a life between lives regression. And I just had this thought came in that maybe I should be doing this. And that's when I trained with the Michael Newton Institute and soon after that.
In your book, you say, one of the most difficult challenges we face in our physical lives is navigating our relationships with others. And that is so, so true. What do they represent really, Carrie? And why is it so challenging for us, relationships in general?
I think I always go back to the personal. I was a marriage counsellor, I counselled couples. If I had a couple come in, I always went back to doing some individual counselling with each of them because we're carrying within us some of these programs from our childhood or even other lives that can interrupt, make it more difficult to get on with each other. We get triggered. And so I think that's why it's difficult because we are carrying with us maybe something that happened to our grandmother or something that happened in a previous life. We've actually got these things in us that we need to clear up. And when those buttons are pressed, people they are then in a trance and they're not present and thinking clearly about what's actually happening. They're overreacting. So I think that is a big problem in a lot of relationships. We don't realise how much baggage we have and that when we overreact, we need to be aware of that and then start working on it if we want to have happy relationships.
I love this idea that we can transform pain into something beautiful, like love, return to love. And it is possible. And I see in your work that this is very much possible. Thank you so much, Karen, for doing what you do.